Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
Angel Reese is frustrated again, this time calling out the Chicago Sky for overlooking her. She questioned why only Caitlin Clark's games are being moved to the United Center while her team is ignored. The truth? Fans are showing up in huge numbers for Clark, not Reese. It's hard to accept, but the stats don't lie. No matter how much Reese speaks out, the reality is clear. Clark is the bigger attraction right now, and that truth hits harder than a missed game winner.
Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
When a rookie breaks attendance records, it's not just hype, it's business. Caitlin Clark didn't just fill Gainbridge Fieldhouse. She set records, drawing nearly 341,000 fans last season. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky, even with Angel Reese, couldn't match that. Yet, Reese still believes they create the same buzz. Reality check, Clark is packing arenas, while Reese is just making noise. The numbers are clear, but some players prefer to ignore the truth. Basketball and hoop fire.
It's like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
The Chicago Sky will move only 2 games to the 21,000-seat United Center in 2025, both against the Indiana Fever. Coincidence? Definitely not. This isn't random. It's a clear message from the front office about who the real draw is. Spoiler, it's not the Sky, it's Caitlin Clark.
When Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect? No. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
In 2024, the Sky played every game at Wintrust Arena, which holds just over 10,000 fans. Even with Angel Reese's rebounding dominance and social media fame, no games were moved or expanded. But now that Caitlin Clark is coming, the Sky are suddenly doubling capacity. That alone makes it clear who's driving ticket sales. And it's not Reese. Basketball and hoop fire.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player, it's because of her too.
Sky President Adam Fox called the move a reward for loyal fans. Nice try, but let's be real. If it were about Sky fans, more than 2 games would be upgraded. This isn't about fan loyalty, it's about packing the arena when Caitlin Clark hits the court. That's the real reason.
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago. After Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year, they threw Barbie Night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie Night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We move Barbie Night to a 21,000-seat arena.
Let's be honest, this is business, not favoritism. The United Center isn't just bigger, it's more profitable, but only when Caitlin Clark is playing. That's not bias, that's smart business. Clark fills arenas, while Angel Reese is left wondering why her stats aren't drawing the same crowds. The league has made it clear, the numbers don't lie. Basketball and hoop fire.
This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark have.
It's not just the Chicago Sky making big venue changes. Teams across the WNBA are doing the same. The Washington Mystics, Las Vegas Aces, Atlanta Dream, Dallas Wings, and Connecticut Sun have all moved their Indiana Fever games to larger arenas. Coincidence? Not at all. This isn't about scheduling or rivalries, it's about Caitlin Clark. When she's in town, demand skyrockets, and teams are cashing in. Clark isn't just a player, she's a business magnet.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue.
And the online reaction? Fans aren't holding back. Social media erupted with questions and shade, calling out the obvious. Why are only Caitlin Clark's games getting the VIP treatment? People are noticing the trend. Not one Angel Reese matchup has led to a venue upgrade. If Reese is as popular as she claims, why isn't her team making the same moves? The buzz around Clark is impossible to ignore, and fans are starting to wonder if Angel's star power is really as strong as she says. The numbers tell a different story. Basketball and hoop fire.
My goodness. America's team versus the team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me, too. Barbie Night? Which one is Barbie Night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie Night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
The irony is hard to miss. Angel Reese spent the season claiming she was just as big as Caitlin Clark, insisting she was equally responsible for the WNBA's rising popularity. She even argued that fans were tuning in for her, not just Clark. But when it comes to filling arenas, the numbers say otherwise. Every time a team upgrades venues, it's Clark, not Reese, driving the demand. The ticket sales don't lie, and the gap in star power is becoming impossible to ignore.
Will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The game's on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change, but they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. More than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, this is a duh for so many reasons.
Now it's getting uncomfortable. When the Sky announced they'd host the Fever at the United Center, twice, you'd think it was for a championship. But no, it's all about the numbers. And that's the problem for Reese. If she had the same pull, wouldn't the Sky have moved at least one game for her? Wouldn't her own team be using her to sell tickets? Instead, it's clear who's really driving demand. And it's not Reese. Basketball and hoop fire.
The reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Angel keeps claiming she's a co-star in the WNBA's rise, but the numbers tell a different story. While she hypes herself up in interviews and on TikTok, the league is clearly following the one name that fills arenas and boosts revenue, Caitlin Clark. The numbers don't lie, and neither do the receipts. Basketball and hoop fire.
They will say this. It's because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese. Because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want to, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that if you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin. Because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all, bro.
Let's talk facts because the numbers don't lie. If Reese had the same pull as Clark, the Sky would be moving all her games to the United Center and selling out instantly. But that's not happening. No venue upgrades, no ticket surge, just the same arena and average crowds. The hype around Reese isn't matching the reality. Basketball and hoop fire.
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative? Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United Center.
Now compare that to the Fever's home crowd numbers, it's not even close. In 2024, Indiana didn't just break a record, they shattered it, surpassing the WNBA's previous single-season attendance mark by 36%. That record had stood since 2001, long before Angel even dreamed of nil deals or pro contracts. Caitlin didn't just move the needle, she completely reset the standard.